his blood sugar was high, borderline diabetic, lots of food cravings, addictions, alcohol, sugar, carbohydrates, donuts. He was a bad eater, basically. He was a bad eater. And he knew it, but he couldn't stop. So here I get cancer. I'm focused on diet. I'm focused on healing. I go on a talk about that. I go on a raw food diet. I increase my intake of raw foods. I eliminate wheat and all grains and all cooked foods, cheese, dairy.
Cheese
And it sounds hard, but once you start to do it and you feel so good, you don't even want that stuff. And I never had big food cravings or any neuroses about food, so I wasn't a good test case. But when my husband decided to do it, he was the poster child. He was the test case. I said, okay. He came to me one day and he said, I'm looking at 60 now, he's 57. All this weight that I'm carrying is going to be with me for the rest of my life. I don't want that. I want to get rid of it now before I turn 60. Can I do what you're doing? Can I eat a raw food diet? I want to start. I want to try and see. And I said, fine. And so superficially on the outside, it's all about just food and changing your eating habits. And what happened to him gradually as he did this, and it was very sudden actually, it was within 3 weeks' time, I started juicing, eating raw foods, eating sprouts and all kinds of bean sprouts. We have an array of bean sprouts, from little ones like alfalfa all the way to mung beans, lentils, the whole gamut, you name it. And he became the farmer, grower in the end. So we changed our diet completely overnight. He needed 3 things. He had 3 criteria. He said, I've got to see results fast because I can't stick with this for long. He knew that mentally. Yeah, there was a mental block against going without dairy. It's like, I can't do that for the rest of my life. And you think that when you're in it. You think that. So I said, okay, it's got to be fast. And what else are your criteria? He said, well, I've got to see results immediately. It's got to be short term. I can't do this forever. And what was the third one? Oh, I've got to feel good because I have to work. I can't take time off and go do a cleanse if I'm going to feel lousy. I won't be able to go back to work. So those were the 3 things. I said, okay. We cleaned out the pantry, we cleaned out the cupboards, we threw away food, we gave it away, we gave it to food bank, whatever. We said, okay, this is what we're going to eat. And we just got fruits, vegetables, and some meats. But we didn't eat those in the beginning. We just said, all right, fruits, vegetables, juice, and smoothies. That's what we're going to do for 3 weeks. We'll see how you feel. And later, if you find you need some protein, we'll add some fish or something like that, some jerky, some dried meats or something. So, okay, we'll try that. We're doing this raw rice protein in the morning, and it's not grain. It has transformed because it's treated with enzymes and it's grown into protein. So it doesn't have very little carbohydrates in it. And we did that in the morning with cherries and mangoes and strawberries, and we made a giant smoothie, and that was breakfast. And then we ate fruits and veggies all day until supper time. We had a big salad, sprouts, more juices. We did carrot, celery, beet juices. The idea was to give your body so much nutrients, super nutrients, that you wouldn't be hungry and you wouldn't be craving. Because my theory is, the reason he was craving was because his body was telling him, I'm not getting enough of something, so I've got to eat more. And you're not making the right choices. He wasn't making the right choices to get what he needed, but he kept eating, just trying to find what it was that he needed. The body was just telling him, eat more, eat more, eat more. So he was 285. His knees were going.
Now that's what my problem is.
Because they're tiny little joints.
Yeah.
Tiny little joints, and you put all the weight on them. And they don't have a lot of structure.
Right.
So you're just bending this tiny little joint with all this weight, and you're putting 2 or 3 G's on it when you jump or if you step down on the stair. You're putting double the gravity on it. His knees were going. He couldn't stop eating. Sugar cravings, high blood sugar, borderline diabetic, addiction, propensity for addictions, alcohol. He loved to drink alcohol. And he didn't feel good. He'd fall asleep at his desk after a full night's sleep. Alright, so we go ahead a couple weeks and he's on this cleanse. We called it a cleanse. It's not a diet because your brain plays with you. You think, oh, I'm on a diet. It means I'm depriving myself. I'm on a diet. No, it's not a diet. It's a cleanse. And it's a nutritional cleanse. You're giving yourself super nutrients and you're eliminating. You want to eliminate as fast as possible to make room for new cells to grow, for your body to rejuvenate. You want to get rid of all the dross, all of the toxins that will start coming out when you do this. So we went for a colonic, his first colonic. He never saw himself doing that. He loved it because you lay on the table, it's this wonderful feeling, you're massaged, you're given a foot massage, you're completely cleansed. When you leave, you're clear-headed, you have a different feel.
I'm not sure what a colonic is. I mean, I know what it's going to involve.
He lost 4 pounds.
Getting all this stuff that's
Just
trapped
like
in
that.
there.
Exactly. You're sluggish, especially when you start to change your diet. Your body freaks out and starts holding on to things. It's not sure what's going on. So in order to relax and to get the flow happening again, your bowel moving, you went and did a colonic. What a colonic is.
Yeah, I'm a colonic therapist.
Are you?
Yeah.
I was going to ask, where does one go to find out about such things?
I don't have a practice right now, but there is one here in Saratoga, a colon therapist, yeah. And what it is, it's a device, and you lay on the table and you run. Oh, okay. Can you see me?
Yep.
Okay. It's a device you lay on the table, and you run several gallons of water through your system.
Very gently.
Very gently.
Drip, drip, drip.
And then when you feel like releasing, then you release, and then you can watch it in a tube, and all this stuff comes out. And in there, some of it is really, really old stuff, especially dark stuff that settles to the bottom. That's been like in pockets in your colon. And also, you wonder where it's all coming from when it dumps out of there, but I think you told your body, I have an exit place, and so it's coming from all different parts of your body. It's just being released. And when you combine this sort of diet and juicing with colonics, and you can do enemas also. I also have a Kalima board. I do Kalimas, which I put 5 gallons of water through my system in my own bathroom, right? But it's more like 12 gallons through the system.
I'm a little ignorant on here. May I ask this with that thing running?
Yeah. Okay.
How are you putting this liquid into you? I mean,
Through your colon, so it's coming through your. It's like an enema. It's a machine. You lay on the machine.
Doctors will prescribe it, and you go and you get cleansed. It's just like having a high colonic, it's called in medical terms. Nurses do this. It's called a high colonic.
Yeah, you're cleaning your system out with water through the rectum.
It's a little tube inserted, very small, drop by drop.
so there's no chance of rupture?
No. Gradually it just fills, and when you feel the pressure, like you have to have a movement, you release it. And you're in total control.
Are you in a room by yourself?
You're in a room by yourself
With the therapist.
Yeah,
Okay.
they don't want to leave you there by yourself.
Right.
Because it's different, you know. It's an odd
It's a different
experience.
feeling.
It is.
Yeah.